Today, I want to introduce you to Souzan. She is an artist, an architect, and a student of meditation for many, many years. Souzan was born in Iran, where the culture didn't fully support women to be authentically themselves. And she has dedicated her life and her studies to find ways to free herself from this conditioning. It is a pleasure to have you here and to learn from you, Souzan. How did you free yourself from cultural conditioning? How did you find the way back to yourself?
For me, it all started with meditation. I just suddenly dropped into such a deep place, a sudden awakening, and my life was never the same after that. I started with one question, and the question was on YouTube: what does it mean to be happy? And that was the start of my journey. I had no background of self-transformational. I've never been to any workshops. I've never been to Burning Man. I just typed, what does it mean to be happy? And the rest just unfolded, I guess, this deep-seated intention of figuring out who I am, what do I want, and I just knew a lot of what I didn't want. And that led me into the deeper inquiry of what does it mean to live a well-lived life, life full of meaning. And so it's been a process. The more I meditated, the more I was able to have space between my limitations and conditioning and my thoughts. And once there was more space, I had to over and over trust myself. That's what life wanted to ask me. Like, trust yourself, trust this place. And it was so hard because all my life I was giving my power away. Not knowing I'm giving my power away, but always looking on the outside of what life is. And there was a lot of stories of what life should be and what it looks like, especially in my culture. A very conditioned culture, just Iranian, just the whole area of Middle East, Asian. So I have a deep understanding of what it means to live for your family, live for other people's expectation of what it is to live a well life. And it took a few years of really facing very deep, sometimes scary places within myself to look at my fears and still jump to the other side and transmute the fear into walking towards my destiny. And it's such a mystery, and the places I still wonder sometimes, did I lose my mind? But in fact, I think we all need to lose our minds a bit. And so I freed myself. I've been on the process of individuation for the last few years. We don't have to name it, but really came to Bali and sat with myself and have been unpacking what's mine and what's my culture's. What do I not want? What is not mine? And through this process, I'm getting closer and closer and closer.
Wow. Wow. So, Souzan, once you have done this process, or the bulk of this process of separating yourself from the conditioning so that you have space to hear your own voice, there is millions of women out there waking up to this today, waking up to the realization that they want to be themselves. They don't want to be this copyists, right? What would you tell a sister that is in the beginning of this journey? The sister that is in the place where you were the day you Googled what is the meaning of happiness?
I would say to make this your priority. Make this your North Star of your life. To me, it feels like, why did we come to this world? Why are we here? And what's more important than knowing the self and seeing what we want? Even when it gets hard, even when it feels like you've dropped the ball, even when it feels like you can't take it anymore, I'm reminded over and over the reason we're here is because we're courageous enough to open those doors that were not able to be processed in the generations before. It's true. It's true, and it might be hard. It is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, to really face yourself. But it's the biggest journey of life, and I wouldn't do it any other way.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey, woman.
Hey, woman.
Thank you so much, Souzan. Don't forget to check her out and her work. It's definitely an inspiration of what is possible for all of us.